Yes, I think a lot of the different versions of femininity and powerful femininity and anxieties about powerful femininity and how they get filtered through critics. I mean, obviously, you're talking about all these different cultures, all these different time periods, all these different norms about how women become leaders and then how they behave once they're leaders. So it's a little hard to compare, but I certainly think that within all these selections, we have heard echoes of the ways in which Hillary is talked about now, and certainly the way she's been talked about for the 22 years she's been in the national spotlight. One thing that is also similar, and you hear this in feminist critiques of Hillary, that it's kind of a bummer, right? That the first female president is might be somebody's wife, right? And why couldn't she be a sui generis leader, and wouldn't that be more feminist? But in fact, it's very reflective of like a pattern that's within the United States and that is also very evident in these selections, that for generations and across cultures, certainly in Western cultures, women's power has come first, has been proximal power, and has been subsidiary power. And a lot of women who have reached independent power have done so through their associations with men, as wives, as daughters, as sisters. The history of first women in politics in the United States is the first ones, the first governors, the first senators, the first representatives are almost always women who have taken their husbands' seats after their husbands have died. And so it is almost the fact that we think of Hillary, even if not as sexualized as these readings of Cleopatra present the vision of a female leader, we don't think of Hillary as a sexualized figure, but we certainly think of her as a wife. And that is and so her connection to male power has always been very much part of how we think of her, and that's the history of women in politics in the United States.